Hello and welcome to Finance Conversations. This is the 83rd episode of the Merging Life and Money Show, and I am super excited to be here with you. Today, 29th of September, is World Heart Day. Heart disease kills more than 17 million people every year, making it the most common cause of death globally. So the World Heart Day came about many, many years ago as a way to fight this and raise awareness about cardiovascular diseases and how to control them to negate their global impact. As the saying goes, beating cardiovascular disease is something that matters to every beating heart. Welcome to the Merging Life and Money Show. Today, I will be talking about a very important topic. Are you in an abusive relationship with your money? A lot of us have a complicated relationship with money. We might feel guilty when we spend it or anxious when we cannot pay our bills. We might even feel like we are not good enough because we don't have as much money as other people. But it does not have to be this way. We can take control of, you can take control of your money and take control of your relationship with money. And I am here to show you how. So I'm going to challenge you to understand your relationship with money, set some financial goals, and start saving. I promise you it will be worth it. So before I get into it, let me introduce myself. For those of you who do not know me, I am your host, Marie-Jo César. I help professional women transform their relationship with money by tooling them with the necessary financial skills and knowledge they need to take control of their money, manage their finances, and recognize that they can live their best lives with the money they have. Thank you for joining in today. And if you are watching the replay, as always, make sure to type #replay in the chat and leave me some comments and questions. Well, I come to you live every Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to share tips, tools, techniques, inspiration, motivation, and to give you valuable information about how to achieve financial wellness and live your life with means and meaning. So for those of you who've been following me for the past almost 2 years now, as you may know, the Merging Life and Money Show's primary purpose and my very strong why is to empower as many women as possible by sharing what I know about money and finance so that they can live their greatest lives yet. So grab a pen and a notebook because you might want to take some notes and share them and talk about them with family members, friends, coworkers, neighbors, whomever you want to, because it is about sharing values that could benefit others. So if you are listening on iHeartRadio, Pandora, Spotify, or any other major podcast platform, welcome. I am so glad you have joined in today. So let us begin. When we think about relationships, we usually think about how we get along with other people. Our life experiences have taught us that there are many things that can make a relationship healthy or abusive. Well, the fact is that your relationship with money can also be healthy or abusive. And very few of you acknowledge this reality. In fact, in truth, I should say, if you want to have a healthy lifestyle, you must have a healthy relationship with your money. You need to figure out the bad money habits you've picked up over the years. And once you figure them out, you will be better able to take control and to take better care of your money. So today, I will focus on 3 points, and they are: how is your relationship with money formed? The symptoms of an unhealthy relationship with money, and how to improve your relationship with money. So to give today's show some context, let me start by saying that money is one of the most important things in our lives. We rely on it to take care of ourselves and our family, and we all have a relationship with it. For some of us, it could be a love-hate relationship. We love the security and power that money provides, but we hate the anxiety and stress that comes with never having enough of it. For others, money is simply an enjoyable pastime. Okay, we love to spend it, we love to save it, invest it, but whether we love or hate our relationship with money, most of us can agree that it is not always easy. So, what does it mean to have a healthy relationship with money? Well, financial wellness is an important part of our overall well-being, right? And it includes having a healthy relationship with money that gives us a sense of fulfillment. Financial wellness also includes spending money based on your values, having low or reasonable debts, saving money to meet your goals, having a safety net, such as an emergency fund or having some insurance coverage, and preparing for long-term events such as retirement. The good news is that it is possible for everyone to take some steps toward having a good relationship with their money. So let us begin. The first point is, how is your relationship with money formed? Your relationship is formed, I should say your money relationship is formed from childhood by your observation and the messaging you saw and heard related to money. So according to a PBS report, children can actually understand basic concept about money as early as age 7, and by as early as age 3, and by the age of 7, their values around money are already set. So your early experiences with money, such as witnessing argument about it, can trigger a range of reactions such as anxiety, resentment, or feeling of superiority that you carry through your entire life. So those experiences and emotion actually shape your values and relationship with money. So based on your values, money can make you feel secure as you provide for yourselves and others you care for. And it can also make you feel insecure if you do not have the things that you want. You can view money in a negative way as well, as it may encourage envy and corruption. It can also position you to be excessively competitive by attempting to keep up with the Joneses. Furthermore, you can be led to believe that money is what I was going to say. You could be led to believe that money is the source of increased happiness. However, a recent study by researchers at Purdue University shows that individuals with an annual income of $95,000 reported that the greatest level, they reported their greatest level of satisfaction. Okay. So the study also found that additional income did not create a proportionate level of happiness beyond this point. So another fact is that most of you carry money frights from earlier in life, as you might have experienced disappointments because your parents had real financial limitations. And without realizing it, those early experiences can haunt you for a very long time if you let them. So you might also have internalized the stress your parents felt about money, or maybe you might be blaming yourself for their stress. So that is why it is so important to revisit your early financial experiences to discover possible money frights that continues to affect you. Which brings me to my second point: the symptoms of an unhealthy relationship with money. So even if you have a high salary or seems to be financially successful, it is still possible that you don't have the healthiest relationship with your money. Many people seem financially successful on the outside because people identify nice, material things with success. And the person, for example, the person driving the Mercedes or the BMW or the G-Wagon is immediately seen as being successful. Yet, they could be up to their eyeballs in debts because behind the scenes, right? So, excuse me, others can actually be financially successful, yet they still use money in an unhealthy way. They may indulge in things to feed a deep-seated problem, yet they make enough money that their financial situation is not impacted. So remember that an unhealthy money mindset can lead you to make bad financial decisions. Okay, let us look at a few symptoms of an abusive relationship. As a matter of fact, I think I identified about 11 of them. So the first one is withdrawal from others. When you are in an abusive relationship, your abuser tend to want you all to themselves. So do you find yourself dedicating most of your time chasing money? Or do you find yourself on the proverbial hamster wheel, working harder and earning more, leaving very little time or energy for anything else in your life, or anyone else for that matter? So, do you feel guilty when you unwind or spend time relaxing? Does making money take all your time? So much so that you do not have any time to pursue your hobbies, for example. So if you relate, right, money is keeping you from realizing that you have a life outside of the relationship. It would not allow you to spend time with friends and family, nor will it want you to have any outside fun and relaxation. Second, lack of self-confidence. An abusive partner, for example, regularly and repeatedly undermines your self-esteem. You are never smart enough or good enough, right? No matter how hard you try, you feel deficient. You are ashamed to talk with friends and family about what is really going on in the relationship and feel compelled to lie to keep up appearances. So, is that how you feel about your money? No matter what you do, You are never quite up to par. Okay? Do you feel that you must constantly prove yourself just to stay even? Or are you feeling deficient and defective when looking at others? 3. Fears. People in an abusive relationship feel anxious and afraid almost all the time, especially if they are dealing directly with their abuser. So, what about you and your money? Do you lay awake at night worrying about whether you are making enough money or spending it wisely? Are you anxiously wondering whether you and your family are financially safe and secure? Okay. When you have to make decisions about money, do you break out in cold sweat? That happens. Or are you always on edge about it? Remember that fear is one of the most powerful emotions. It has a very strong effect on your mind and body. Okay? So let's continue and look at a few more of these symptoms. Worrying about not having enough money. If you constantly worry about not having enough money, it means that you suffer from a scarcity mentality. 5. Feeling guilty when you spend. Let me say that hoarding money and never enjoying what you can buy with it is one of the most toxic financial behavior. So to develop a healthy relationship with money, you need to perceive money as a tool that enables you to live your life to the fullest. 6. Thinking that you need to have a certain amount of money to be happy. Your happiness should never depend on the money you have or do not have. Okay? One of the most critical traits of an unhealthy financial relationship is to pin down your happiness on the money. This way, you set yourself up for a huge disappointment because guess what? There is never enough money. So if your money can actually buy you what you need, you don't need to believe that a specific amount of money will make you happier. 7. Always having an excuse for not being able to save. I know it is hard to get where you want to be without even trying. All right. No matter how much you earn, you can save a little every month. Believe me, you might find it hard in the beginning. However, once you start saving and simply glancing at your bank account will motivate you to save more. You need, in fact, to help you, I would suggest that you automate your saving habits without compromising your basic necessities. 8. Resenting the wealthy. Yes, people with poor financial status very often resent wealthy people. Most of the time, they are even suspicious of their source of wealth. So if you want to be financially stable, you need to stop looking at what others have. Okay? If you aspire to be wealthy one day, you need to let go of the default perception about the wealthy being evil. And don't waste your energy in resenting those with money. Instead, learn from their experiences and adopt those habits that took them where they are today. 9. Blaming different circumstances for your sorry financial condition. Right? There are several excuses which you give yourself for being in a poor financial situation. From being born too poor to being swindled by a loved one, you blame your circumstances for being in a sorry financial situation. There is no denying in the fact that everyone has their own set of cards to deal with in life. However, putting the entire blame on circumstances without making any effort to improve is one of the most toxic behaviors people have with their money. 10. You are living a life you cannot afford. Jealousy of the lives of others is as toxic to your financial life as jealousy of a partner is to a romantic relationship. So when you're trying to keep up with the Joneses, right, it is an indicator that you are envious of the life they are leading. There are things they have that you don't. So you spend money you don't have in order to accumulate those possessions. Wrong. Okay? 11, and that's, I believe that's the last one that I came up with, is falling victims to financial scams. If you keep getting attracted to financial scams, it means that you have an unhealthy relationship with your money. It is like staying in a relationship with a partner who abuses you, right? So before investing in a financial opportunity, you need to see if it is good, if it is too good to be true. If that's how it is more likely a scam. So do not trust everything you find on the internet, okay? Be smart with your money. Conduct proper research before deciding where to invest. So no matter what your financial situation is, you should always work toward improving it. Moreover, if you want to have a good financial life, you should never give up. So let me say that. If you can relate to any one of these signs that I just spoke about, you are in an abusive relationship with your money. Which brings me to the third point: how to improve your relationship with money. Well, regardless of the root of these unhealthy tendencies, you are not destined to live that way forever. If you feel like you have too much on your plate, right? Compare building this relationship to cleaning your house. As you can imagine, right? Trying to clean the whole house at once seems like a lot of work, too much to deal with, right? So sometimes it is so hard that you put it off, which makes the mess even worse. So instead of giving up or getting stressed about it, start by cleaning one room at a time, right? I will therefore urge you to apply this idea to your relationship with money. And soon you will be on your way to having a healthy relationship with it. As the saying goes, expect the best and prepare for the worst. We all go through many tough experiences in life, okay? Most of which are out of our control and are not necessarily our fault. Situations like illnesses, job losses, accidents, etc., for example. Unfortunately, our financial responsibilities do not get a break during these times. So be prepared for them by having an emergency fund ready. Okay, here are a few ideas on how to change your toxic relationship with money. Recognize and evaluate any unhealthy pattern you might have with your money. Then work on healing them. Okay? Create beliefs about your money that will support your values, your house budget, your lifestyle, and most of all, your goals. Okay, so you must have them. This will help you identify the limiting behaviors you have developed with your money. Now, do not spend more than you earn. Okay, that's a primary rule. Limit your debt by using credit cards only when necessary. And if you do, Make sure to pay them back right away. Okay? Most importantly, do not spend money that you cannot afford. And what about that one thing you really want but cannot get it right now because you cannot afford it? Well, start saving for it now. And trust me, it will feel great to know that you bought it responsibly. Another tip is save 10% of your earnings, okay? Look at saving money as an item in your monthly budget. I recommend allocating at least 10% of your earnings to savings. Okay? And guys, check your expenses. I guarantee you that your eating out bill very often exceed 10% of your earning. So if you cannot start with 10%, start with less and increase as you go. And not least at all, know where your money goes. Tell it where to go, because you do not want to simply find out where it went. Right? So do not ignore your statements. Track your inflows and outflows. This habit alone can build your confidence with your money, as well as support that goal of building a steady, strong, and healthy relationship with it. So know that when you remove that toxicity around tracking money, this process can help you save money and spend more consciously. Last but not least, give. Okay? Giving is a healthy way of living. Choosing to be generous can help break your desire for more material possessions. Know that money is not the only way to be happy. But if you cannot give money, give your time. Okay? So just looking at 27 minutes already. So I covered a lot. So I'm going to wind down and sum it up. Today, I addressed many matters that relate to your abusive relationship with money and how to transform it into a healthy one. I touched on how is your relationship with money formed. I talked about the symptoms of an unhealthy relationship with money. And I also talked about how to improve your relationship with money. So as I see it, just like any other relationship, your relationship with money can be complicated and filled with conflict. There may be time when you feel like you are in control, and other time when you feel like your money is controlling you. So there may be times when you are spending too much, and other times when you are being too stingy. The key is to find a balance that works for you. So if you are struggling in your relationship with money, there are a few things that you can do to take control. First, be honest with yourself about your finances. Okay? Your finances, not your neighbors, your finances. Track your income and expenses so you know where your money is going each month. Set some financial goals so you have something to work towards. And finally, make a budget and stick to it. By taking these steps, you can begin to take control of your finances and build a healthier relationship with your money. Okay, I'm going to leave you with these last thoughts. Our relationship with money is not one we can easily walk away from. Okay, for most of us, money is a fuel that powers much of our lives, and we cannot just break up with it or divorce it. Interestingly enough, even if we were to get more and more of it, our relationship with money would not simply improve on its own. So you get to decide if you will continue to put up with the abuse or find a way to make this relationship healthy. So, as you know, I like to end my show with a quote. And today I chose a quote from the great Warren Buffett. And it reads, "If you cannot control your emotions, you cannot control your money." As most of you would know, Warren Edward Buffett is an American business magnate, I would say, investor and philanthropist above all. He's currently the CEO and the chairman of Berkshire Hathaway. And according to Wikipedia, he's one of the most successful investors in the world and has a net worth of over 97 billion with a B as of this month, September 2022, making him the world's 7th wealthiest person. So this brings us to the end of today's Merging Life and Money episode. I hope that today's show has helped you see your relationship with money in a new light. If you found it helpful, I totally encourage you to watch the replay and make sure to share it with others. For more information about how to achieve financial wellness from the inside out and live a purposeful life with the money you have, join me next week, Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 p.m. Atlantic Time, and 10 a.m. Friday morning, 10 a.m. Friday, Brisbane, Australia time. Thank you for being here today on the Merging Life and Money Show. I am your host, Marie-Jo César. I will be back again next week. Until then, continue merging life and money. Bye for now.